Are we recording yet? Oh, okay. Hello. I'm the inventor of the Drumpfinator. Now, you know Donald J. Trump. Well, his family name used to be Drumpf, and I have the feeling that this name, Drumpf, really reflects who he is. Now, the Drumpfinator, what that does is it takes a look at his tweets and figures out what he really means behind those tweets, whether he knows it or not. So let's take a look at his tweets and the fascinating mind of Donald J. Drumpf.
Okay, let's start with some of his old tweets. This first one is from May 31st about the Paris Accord on climate change. And he says he's going to be making his decision soon. What does the Trumpinator say? It says, I'll be announcing my decision on the Paris Accord over the next few days, depending on who I speak to last. Make America hot and flooded. I don't like the sound of that. This second one's from July 2nd. He's talking about the American military. America's men and women in uniform is a story of freedom overcoming oppression. Oh, that sounds good. What's he really thinking about, though? America's last election. Yes, the story of oppression overcoming freedom, bullies persecuting the weak, and racism defeating equality. Oh dear, 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 dear. Okay, another tweet from July. This one he's talking about the healthcare bill that he's trying to pass. And wants a new, beautiful healthcare bill fully approved and ready to go. That's rather strange phrasing. Is there something behind that? Yes. Just like I cannot imagine leaving Russia without a beautiful new wife, fully approved and ready to go. Yes, yes. I understand now. Let's move to some more recent tweets. These tweets happened on his trip to Asia. When will all the haters and fools out there realize that having a good relationship with Russia is a good thing, not a bad thing? And he wants Russia to greatly help fighting those things. But is he really serious? When will all the people out there realize that having a good relationship with Russia is a good thing, not a bad thing? I want women, North Korean, Syrian, Ukrainian, and Russia can greatly help. Oh, he's back to the women again, is he? He's focusing on that. The next one's about Kim Jong-un. Why would Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me old? Really? I thought there was another word he used instead. I would never call him short and fat. Really? Well, I tried so hard to be his friend. Oh dear, what's he thinking? Why would short and fat Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me a dotard? That's the word I remember. Yes, I desperately want to be his friend. I want to be like him, and maybe someday that will happen. Well, we certainly hope not. Next one. They should realize that these relationships are a good thing, not a bad thing. The US is being respected again. Well, maybe not so much. Watch trade. Why? What's he thinking? They should realize that these relationships with dictators are a good thing, not a bad thing. Yes, well, I think I can understand why he thinks that. The US doesn't matter. Right. Watch my bank account for bribes instead. Oh dear. No, that's not a good sign at all. Okay, and this next one, he's just returned from Asia after 12 very successful days, in his opinion, and it's great to be home. What does he really think, though? Just returned from Asia after 12 very miserable days. No gold toilets to sit on and tweet. Great to be home. Okay, well, at least he knows what he likes to do all day. This next tweet is about the Al Franken photo where he is shown with his hands hovering over a woman's breasts. Now, what does he really mean? The Al Frankenstein picture is really bad, speaks 1,000 words. I mean, his hands are not even touching her. What a wimp! I should give him some lessons. Here's another one. If Democrats were not such obstructionists and understood the power of lower taxes, we'll be able to get many of their ideas into bill. Bill? Bill Clinton? The bill. The bill, yes, okay. The bill on tax reform. That's what he's talking about. Is that what he means, though? Oh, it turns out he's talking about Republicans instead. If they were not such wimps about the power of appealing to the lowest instincts, we would be able to finalize the putsch in this bill. Not hopeful, not hopeful. And our final tweet is about the elephant game hunting. Big game trophy decision will be announced next week, but will be very hard pressed to change my mind that this horror show in any way helps conservation of elephants or any other animal. Okay, he's flip-flopped a bit on this, so let's see what he's really thinking. Big game trophy decision will be announced next week, but this horror show of my mind will be very hard pressed to change in any way that helps conservation of elephants or any other animal not named Trump. Oh, he does focus on his name, doesn't he? Well, that's all for this week. It turns out he's a would-be dictator who likes to grope women and sit on gold toilets, but I'm afraid that's nothing really new, is it? So, until next week, please subscribe.